Hello, so I'm gonna pull a few cards because I just haven't done that for ages, and I'm in the middle of moving and everything's packed away, and I've just got a few cards that I'm leaving for the new buyers, ones that I don't really use anymore. So I thought, why not? Although one of them is for me actually, but I thought, why not do a little? These were the second tarot deck that I ever bought with these hummingbirds. So let's see what the energies are for the collective right now. If you're tuning into this video, obviously only take what resonates, as everyone always says. No one knows more than you what is aligned. No matter what I bring through in this video, I'm aligning with my energies and the collective energies I'm tapping into. So an amazing card that just came out straight away. Very aligned for my life right now. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think I'll just take two more. Okay, I almost wish I didn't take them now. But hey ho. On the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about, people can see, it depends how you want to look at it, right? It can literally be about a lump sum of money, a bonus, a pay rise, an inheritance, but it's also about the physicals. It's about something like a gift from the divine that gives you stability, that makes you feel grounded and safe and secure. Look, it's like a rainbow of light above us. It's something really beautiful coming in to your life. And underneath that was the Empress, which is all about birthing. It's about fertility. It's about, it can be an actual birth, but it doesn't have to be at all. We don't have to take things so literally all the time. Maybe there's a message there. It can also be about, new ideas being birthed. It can be about connecting back into nature. So many different things the Empress can depict, but it's also about that nurturing energy. It's about the divine feminine, so it's allowing ourselves to be in that receptive, receiving energy, and just allow things to manifest. And I wanted to bring in, because what came in was the Magician, the manifestation card. So this is, the Magician's holding all four elements. They've got the cups, they've got the wands, it's got the swords, it's got the pentacles. So that's the air, the fire, the earth, and the water all coming together, and is in harmony with these elements. When we're in harmony with all these elements within our bodies, then we really are very powerful manifestors. We're really going to manifest. When we've got our emotions in harmony, we're not reacting to things, we're doing our healing. We're in a really aligned space, we're really grounded. It doesn't mean to say that we're not facing challenges and things don't come up, but we're really grounded. We can really observe our emotions without getting swept away in them. We can allow ourselves to discharge them and feel them. When we're in alignment with all of these elements, then we're really powerful manifestation beings. So looking at all these three cards, there's just so much here about bringing it, and we've got nature in this card, right? And what we balance inside ourselves, elementally, we see that reflected in the world outside of us, and we have to take responsibility for doing that in ourselves, because we're all connected to the earth. So as we heal the earth. As the earth heals, it heals. So it's this simultaneous relationship that happens. It's not linear. So I think these are just really powerful cards of, and I know I'm going through a massive change right now. I've been here for 18 years, and I'm leaving and I'm moving 3 hours away, and I'm moving on to a higher timeline, and I've been realised. So when you think about a pregnancy as well here, this really comes in a lot for me to share with people that, we've got to move away from what we don't have to. You can do what you choose, right? But I started to learn on my path that instant gratifications, like expecting something like this, is not how it really works. Like, we have to nurture things. If you think about a mom and a pregnancy, it's 9 months, and even when the birth comes in, there's a lot more nurturing that takes place. It's a lifetime of nurturing. So, but in order for that baby to grow and to grow into its most highest form, it needs to be nurtured, and the mother can't rush it. She can't command it to come in 3 months, because then the baby wouldn't be born, right? It would cause harm. And that's the same with anything we're bringing into our life. We can't force things, rush things. We've got to really move into alignment. We balance the energies, we harmonise the energies. Everything outside of us starts to harmonise. While I've been going through this move, there's been a lot of interference coming into trying to get in to this container of the move, because there is two people, there's myself and there's another couple that are moving into, we're both moving into our higher timelines, we're both moving onto our destined path, and this external energies, this interference energies that want to come in and knock us off our path. So we've got to really take responsibility for our energy by grounding, by harmonizing all of those elements, harmonizing the emotions that come up. So here we're bringing balance to the emotions that come up. We're in perfect balance, harmonizing the physical, the grounding, being in the earth, being in the now, being in the present, not allowing ourselves to move, harmonizing the thoughts, the sword, not allowing ourselves to go into these fear thoughts, cutting those away with the higher perspective, with truth, bringing in the power of the wand, the spirit, connecting to spirit, and knowing that we don't have to do this alone. As we bring balance to all of those energies, then everything starts to materialize in the physical, and we can give birth to that which we're giving birth to in the form that it's meant to come through in. So we can't rush those things. We've got to allow, we've got to be in that receptive energy. So I love that, those coming in. And also, the first card that came out was earned success, right? So so this is a depiction of moving into a time of calmer water. So maybe you have, like me, been going through a challenging time where you've had to really harmonize all of these energies. You've had to put a lot of focus, attention, a lot of will into harmonizing these energies, into moving out all of the distortions, all of the interference, in order to really ground this in and just allow it to take its form in its right time, which is really difficult for us as humans, because we're programmed to believe everything should happen tomorrow, but we have to allow that to form in its right time. Sometimes we are delayed, and I've been delayed through this process, and I've had to trust in those delays, trust that those are happening for my highest good, and that for what I'm aligning with that's coming, rather than get stressed about it and try and force it and push it. And we can see that through that, success is coming in. So if you're aligning with this message, maybe you've gone through a challenge right now, and you're starting to see the light come in, and you're starting to move into this successful period. So this is a sign of calmer waters in the traditional tarot deck, but it's about moving into success. And then I was talking about the interference energies, about the devil. This is those interference energies that come in and try and knock us off our path. These darker energies that do not want us to be on our highest timelines, that really survive on us being in the fear timeline. But through these processes of whatever we're doing, whether we're moving, getting a new job, going into a new relationship, leaving a relationship, all these things that are moving on to our higher timelines, there'll be energies that try and pull us back in. And it's for us to harmonize those energies. So perhaps this is a sign that you've also been experiencing some interference energies, and know that your power to transmute those is within yourself. It actually comes back to you balancing your own energy. So doing that, you create that energy out into the container of energy that you're working with. And because everyone's connected, so you're connected to the container that you're in. If you're moving house, you're connected to everyone in that container. And the more you stand in your stability, the more you heal those things that are coming up, the more that ripples into the container, and you don't have to be bound by these illusionary prison walls that are created. So then we got the Fool, right, the new beginning. So it's just showing that with that, we're creating a new beginning for ourselves. We're moving through that spiral, and we're moving on to a new timeline. It's new opportunities, new things coming in, a new adventure coming into your life. And we also got the Death and Rebirth, the Death card, which is also about that. We have this, it's an illusion that death is simply an illusion. We don't die, we can't die. We are spiritual beings that are eternal, and we come into these bodies to experience things. And yes, whilst we leave the body and we allow the body to go back to the earth, there is no actual death. There's only rebirth into something new. But often the death card is actually more about the death and rebirth cycle. You're going through the death and rebirth cycles all the time in your life, as you are letting go of old belief patterns. And sometimes those happen through crises, like through divorce, through moving, through losing a job, through, I don't know why I called moving a crisis then, but you know what I mean, maybe you didn't want to move, through a kind of a difficult period, that's when we see these patterns, that's when we start to go inwards, that's when we start to shed these skins, and that is a death, and we rebirth as a new self. And if you think about the caterpillar that does that, when it gets too big for its skin, well, that's not going to be comfortable, right? When you get too big for you, but when you're starting to outgrow those beliefs, those conditions, those imprisonments, well, that's not going to feel comfortable when you're trying to move out of that, because you're going to have all those interference energies trying to keep you in that place that you've been in, and these can be your own energies as well, right? Often what we see outside of us reflected through other people is our own energies. We're seeing it reflected so we can heal it inside, so we can harmonize it. We hold all of the power to co-create our manifestations with our spirit team, with our soul. So as we let go of those beliefs that can feel difficult, and we expand out, we move into a new, we become, so like the caterpillar then underneath it's already growing a new skin, right? So the process of shedding that skin, which is really uncomfortable, shedding those beliefs, it's uncomfortable. In doing that, you're already growing it's growing a new skin, you're growing a new set of perspectives inside, which are just about to birth into the reality, and all of a sudden you let go of that skin, and boom, you're in the rebirth cycle again. So that's really beautiful. So I'm going to add to this a dragon card, because these are some new cards that I got recently, and the dragons have been so amazingly powerful and strong in my field the last few months, really helping me to harmonize these energies, often through fire ceremonies. And I'll put in the description one that I don't actually have it live on YouTube, but you're welcome to watch it. It's a private video, it's an unlisted video. I use fire ceremony to really alchemize and transmute the energies, and it's been so powerful in doing that. So let's see what dragon wants to come. That was very okay. So this came out from my friend the other day, Avery Matriarch. So this is about so the matriarch, it's the feminine, it's the mother energy. So we were talking about that, so it doesn't surprise me, right? We were talking about the feminine, the receptive energy, and if you look at this, Avery, it's Stonehenge, it's in the UK, in England, which is where I am. It's sacred circles, sacred energies. So it's really grounded. This is a very grounded dragon, an earth dragon, connected to the earth anyway, connecting to the earth and the spiritual realm, so between worlds. But again, with the Empress, you've got the earth into it. It's allowing ourselves through connection to nature to really bring into our life that which we want to bring, and it's just showing that we need to really nurture ourselves at this time. There is a lot of strong energies happening in the world right now. We are going through huge upgrades in our bodies, and sleep patterns are being disrupted, and we can feel exhausted. We've got to really, I can't say there's anything better than being in nature to combat that. And in meditation and hypnosis, these kind of things, grounding, bringing you back to yourself, calming the nervous system, these are so important right now. And this is really showing the importance of really looking at our spiritual disciplines and really connecting to sacred energies, like through fire ceremony, things like that, because it's actually energy. Everything is energy. Like, I just can't say that enough, that everything is energy. And when we start to put more focus on energy work, on harmonizing the energies, then the outside starts to fall into place so much easier. We can have challenges in our lives. We're going to have challenges in our lives because the challenges are there for us to dig into to find ourselves, to find our light, to dig into these spiritual disciplines in order to see that we are these powerful magicians. That we are these powerful magicians. We just forgot that as we came into Earth, because that was part of the conditions of coming into Earth. We forgot who we were, but we're starting to remember now that we are already these powerful magicians. This already exists. We are already these things, and we're just reconnecting back to them through sacred practice, reawakening that. And we can reawaken a lot of that just by spending time in nature. That can be your easiest footing to that space where information comes. So thank you to that dragon. I feel like I want to take another one. We do have a magic and manifest dragon in here, and it's been coming out a lot. I've just done a personal reading for a friend for a birthday, and just bringing through a little message, and that card came out for her, magic and manifest. And I'm talking about creating a podcast channel with a friend of mine, and that card came out 4 times. So it'd be quite amazing if it came out, but I'll be happy for whatever dragon comes out right now. So what other dragon to finish the reading? Oh, I love this one. Merlin the dragon. So talking about, look, what have we got? The magician. What were we talking about? We are these powerful creators and manifestors, and what is Merlin but a wizard? And we are these wizards. Like, we have aspects of this. I spend time in the Akash with a mentor, and I know that a big aspect of me is Merlin, is a Merlin archetype. And many of us have these aspects of us, these wizard aspects of us, and look at this with Merlin with the code, and then creating what you want to create in your life. So again, this is he's not out there doing he's working with the energies. So this is another confirmation about working with the energies, working with the elements. What is this magician doing? He's got all of the elements. The cups are water, the pentacles are earth, the sword is air, the wands is spirit, is fire, working with the elements. And here, so again, getting in nature, working with the elements. This is going to harmonize the energies. This is going to connect you deeper to your dragon aspects and things like that, and call in your spirit team. So what an amazing card to finish on there. So if you're seeing this card right now, which you are obviously, this energy of Merlin, this wizard energy is around you. So how are you gonna utilize it? How are you gonna work with that? Well, that's up to you, right? So there you go. You can check out my fire ceremony. Okay, enjoy. Thank you.